you get with the culture or you don't. And the culture is functionally one of very relaxed professionalism. There is a job here to do. I don't care if you do it with blue hair or a nose piercing or, you know, what your thing is outside of your work here. It's the quality of your work that you do in here.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had a time where you guys thought this was not going to work out?
Every fucking day.
Almost every day.
Almost every day. So if someone walks in today that says, I want to open up a brewery, what would you tell them?
Don't. Seriously.
Don't.
Yeah.
Camilla?
It's a tough market to get into, not just your side of it, but restaurants. I mean, I don't know how people successfully run a restaurant and have any kind of work-life balance.
That's the story that's not told, right? If you're trying to take care of your people, your community, yourself, and your family, you're going to live a relatively humble lifestyle and you're going to work twice as hard as everybody else. And that is the truth about owning a business.
Business owners, people thinking about getting in business, anyone that is interested in business or how people got started, that's who this channel's for. The people I've met, I'm going to meet, they're all successful entrepreneurs. They're going to talk about their story, challenges that they faced, and they're going to provide some advice for anyone looking to get into business or just what it means to be a business owner. So who am I here with today and what do you guys do?
I'm Camilla Fritts, and
What do you do?
manager of the restaurant.
I'm Travis Fritts, and I want to say that Camilla does a lot more than manage the restaurant. And I'm the president and co-owner with my partner, Rick Gersey, of Old Nation Brewing.
Awesome. What got you guys into beer?
My uncle was a sports writer, lived in Fort Collins. There were, in the kind of mid 90s, early 90s, a bunch of craft breweries there. There still are. They're much bigger now. And he got into home brewing and all that kind of stuff, moved back into Michigan, and I thought whatever he did was cool. So I kind of paid attention to it loosely. And then I had an opportunity to be an exchange student in Munich in high school. And so I did that. And of course, you know, it was legal for me at 16 to drink. And so I tried some beer, thought it was cool, didn't think much of it. And that's kind of how I got into it, yeah, I guess. I mean, I wasn't a huge beer fan, but I really like the idea of how it resonates kind of culturally throughout history, which was my main sort of interest back then.
So you went to Germany to learn brewing.
I did.
Why not just stay here in the States?
Well, there really is only one place to do that in a university program here, which is at UC Davis, which is a really well-known food science, has a really well-known food science program. Our head brewer, Nate, has his master's degree from UC Davis in their brewing program. I spoke German fluently, and it's much less expensive to attend university there. So whenever I was a student here in Michigan in university, I was looking at student teaching. It was going to be really expensive to do. It was recommended to me that I look at German universities, and I did. And then I kind of just by happenstance fell into their brewing program at the Technical University in Berlin.
Okay.
Yep.
So when he told you wanted to do this, did you take him seriously?
I didn't know him when he went to Germany, but when he wanted to open Old Nation, I thought it sounded cool. I thought it sounded like he would be here all night long, chatting with the guests and that sort of thing, but it turns out it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there would be a restaurant. And I was a full-time nanny at the time, so I thought I would keep that job and raise our kids while he had his brewery. But
So when you guys open this together and you guys being, you know, in a relationship, how is that working with each other? Because a lot of people do ask.
Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying anything out of school or anything necessarily about Camilla. I mean, it's fucking hard, you know, particularly since in this company, I mean, although Camilla crosses over a lot more than I do, it's really two separate companies. So there's the pub and restaurant, which is for sure our best salesperson. People come in here from all over the place. You know, if they're really flying to Detroit from wherever in the world they're flying, they'll make trips to come here. Folks from Chicago and then here in Michigan as well. So it's really important that the pub is performing at the level that Camilla makes it perform. But a restaurant is totally different than a production facility in terms of how it operates. So not only is it balancing schedules and childcare and everything everybody balances at home in their relationship, but it's also balancing the passion that we both have for our respective sort of skill sets, and then the company as a whole, and balancing the different opinions that we have about all of that. just as much as we're balancing opinions about childcare and, now college and who plays football and who plays basketball and who's going to take them where and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, if I sat here and told you we'd figure it out, you would know right away I was lying.
Do you guys think anyone could be a business owner?
Why don't you go for that one?
No. It's the worst. It's also the best. It's very rewarding, but it's hard.
A lot of people ask about, like, well, hey, you guys open a business, but they're not really talking about the sacrifice. They're always looking at the end. Talk about the sacrifice, because you guys have to give up a lot to get where you're at now.
Well, I think that sacrifice is a powerful word, right? I would say what people who are successful that I'm familiar with in business do is sublimate, right? Not sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, for example, right, I love playing guitar. I love coaching baseball. There's a lot of stuff that I love to do as a hobby. I don't do those things, but I take that energy and put it into what we do here. And I take the energy that I think is the biggest part of me, which is kind of a family energy. And I think as we grow older, we all, particularly when we have kids, develop kind of a father or a mother energy as well. And then put that into this place the best way that I can. And this kind of dovetails back into the how is it to work together, right?
Yeah.
And I think Camilla does that too, really. And so it becomes something that you're really passionate about. And it's not that I don't care about those things, right? Playing music or coaching baseball or all those cool things. It's that energy kind of finds its way into this place and into the products that we make and into the food that Camilla serves and the way that it's served here in the pub and, our employees and our community. So, I mean, you take the energy and you redirect it.
Yeah, we took the tour back there. I've never seen more happy employees, I don't think. How do you guys manage keeping your people happy? Because that's not an easy thing. And a lot of people don't want to share that.
In the restaurant, it's not easy.
Yeah. It's
We
too fancy.
employ about 8 adults and 30 teenagers or early college students.
Okay.
And teenagers are generally never happy. But we do have a really good time here, and it's a very easy first job for them because I work a lot, so I make it easy for them. But really, I just want these kids to know how to have a job, be successful at it, be self-starting, do what they're supposed to do without being told all the time, be good at it, and be able to go work anywhere. Because when they go to college or get a girlfriend or a boyfriend and move away, they can go work in any restaurant until they get their feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's really important. But like you said, that parental energy, bringing it here, that's what I do here all the time.
All the time.
And thankfully, Travis is a very hands-on dad and husband, so he lets the kids have a great time still, even though I'm not there as much on the nights and weekends.
Yeah, that's true. And I think, at home that is kind of a, you have to be two different people, right?
Yeah.
Because you put everything you've got in here.
We're all
And if you keep that energy, right, your business owner energy with your kids, right, they don't get that, man.
No,
They're not wired to get it. They shouldn't have to get it,
It's
right?
not
That's
fair.
not where they're at. It's not fair. You're right. And in terms of keeping people happy back here, it's a balance like anything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, it's something I've said before. The balance is understanding that these people are professionals and they're good at their jobs. Part of that is how we train them to do their jobs, and part of that is just how we select for people that end up staying here, right?
Yeah.
You get with the culture or you don't. And the culture is functionally one of very relaxed professionalism. There is a job here to do. I don't care if you do it with blue hair or a nose piercing or what your thing is outside of your work here. It's the quality of your work that you do in here. And allowing people to do that without micromanaging them, but still managing them enough that the work gets done and the goal is ultimately achieved is the responsibility of a job owner or of a business owner, and it's the responsibility of a boss. My job is not to make their life better, right? My job is to make sure that they can make their lives better outside of here, right? By scheduling, by making sure we're not overworking them, by making sure that they know that the results that they create here on a daily basis matter to this community, which through the work Camilla does is really apparent, and to the company itself.
Have you guys ever had a time where you guys thought this was not going to work out?
Every fucking day.
Almost every day.
Almost every day. Let's go back to beer. So M43 took off like none other. Did you guys actually see that coming? Like, and when that hit, what changed?
You said it's okay to like ramble on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can smoke a cigarette. You got.
I don't smoke anymore.
Yeah. We're like, that beer changed my life personally. Like,
Thanks,
I'm not gonna
man.
lie to you. Like, I remember the day that someone told me about it and we drank it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Well,
It was
I
nuts.
mean, credit for the quality and what the beer is and how you experience it when you drink it is not just mine, for sure. That that's shared with Nate,
Yeah.
and particularly and Matt and Joe and everybody back there. I think that what is required to make a successful business that revolves around creativity, which this one does at some level, is to have an outsized confidence in your ability. And what it takes to make that outsized confidence actually turn into something profitable is dedication to the skill set that you have. What I mean by that is a lot of people have a big ego, and that's great. Most of the time, that ego is really uncontrolled and doesn't result in anything except for pissing people off and making them think you're an asshole.
Ego
right?
is the enemy.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Particularly when there's nothing telling you and everything is telling you, you're an idiot, you can't do this, there's no way you're going to be successful, and what do you think you're going to do that's going to make a difference from what tens of thousands of people that do your same job has done,
Yeah.
right? And there is a confidence, maybe confidence and not ego, but there is a confidence that you have to develop. I developed it through sports and music when I was young. That is a kind of fuck you, you don't tell me whether or not I can do this, right?
Yeah.
And so when you asked, did we expect M43 to make it? I didn't know M43 was even going to happen until we started working on it, right?
Yeah.
Did I expect this brewery to make it? With every fucking fiber of my body, every fucking day I woke up. Absolutely. And if you don't have that mentality, then, borrowing $5 million with a partner who's more like your uncle and making sure that he's taken care of and your children are taken care of and your wife and the people that work for you are taken care of takes the kind of confidence and aggression and the ability to screw that up every day that you wake up. That is really, to me, what separates successful people from unsuccessful people. So did I expect M43 to go? I absolutely did not. The first batch we made was 7 barrels, and all I wanted to do was sell 7 barrels of beer because we were fucking hurting at that time, right? Did I see it opening up and saw my opportunity that I've been working for 16 years when it happened? You fucking bet. And like any good athlete, I saw the hole and ran right through it and kept running until somebody, knocked me over. I got to the end zone, and nobody's knocked us over yet, and we're not to the end zone yet either. And that's also the mentality you have.
That's impressive.
Nobody here's made it, right?
Yeah.
But we have done good things,
Yeah.
and we'll continue to do it, and that's our motto.
How many barrels did you start selling when you guys first started versus today?
Our first year in business, we were the most successful brewery in terms of volume to open that year, and we made 1,200 barrels, a little less than 1,200 barrels. A barrel of beer is 2 of those big kegs. That was not enough to support this place by any means. Rick, my partner, and I, who is really the keystone, who's not here of this company, he's a huge mentor of mine, and I care about him very much, invested in me and Nate a lot of money. And so we built a brewery that, had about 10,000 barrels a year capacity. So we were running about 12%. It was not good, right? Camilla at first was not running the pub. I mean, like she said, I didn't want to open a pub. We just kind of had to.
Yeah.
And so the pub was floundering and suffering as well. And we knew that we absolutely had to do something. So the story about how M43 developed is really that story of coming back from that. And now we make about 18,000 barrels of beer a year. The craft market right now is tightening. That happens in every 8 or 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But we find ourselves at the top of that tightening. We find ourselves performing well. In a down year for everybody else, we find ourselves to be up. And it is that working class survival instinct and willingness to keep fighting all the time, every day, every morning. That is what makes this company survive.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So if someone walks in today and says, I want to open up a brewery, what would you tell them?
Don't. Seriously.
Don't.
Yeah.
Camilla?
It's a tough market to get into, not just your side of it, but restaurants. I mean, I don't know how people successfully run a restaurant and have any kind of work-life balance while keeping staff happy, like you were saying earlier. Food cost is on the rise, equipment's on the rise, wages are crazy in Michigan right now. Minimum wage has gone up for restaurants. We used to be able to pay $2.65 an hour, which we didn't.
We never did, no.
But we do try to pay everybody 7 to 10.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, yeah, come on in. It's all right.
No,
hey,
you're
dude,
fine.
you're here on Wednesdays. So we're out here. I forgot you were coming. That's on me
You're
as
fine.
much as it is on you.
Yeah.
Would not ever suggest opening a restaurant right now.
Yeah.
Travis?
You okay?
Yeah.
That's what our last guy on the Saturday said the same thing. Yeah, he
Yeah.
says the restaurants stay away because I love eating at him. He goes
Yeah.
like, just the one thing.
Travis always says it's 90% of the headache and 2% of the profits here.
Yeah.
I think that's a general in restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is that. I mean, there's no doubt that the most complicated, complex, involved, sort of analytic, intensive portion of this business is here in the restaurant. And it doesn't, like most restaurants, make much money. But like I said, what it does is act as marketing and sales for the company. And because Camilla is so exacting about how this restaurant presents what is a really big, fairly big brewery, one of the biggest in the state of Michigan, a big brewing state, it's crucial, and it's not to be dismissed.
No.
So it's a wild thing, man. This entire operation is pretty crazy.
It's great because it's a destination place now. And people that come here know we have the production facility. That's why they came. People that live in town think we're just a restaurant and have no idea that all of the beer they see all over Michigan and every vacation.
I was
they go
just
on.
thinking that on my way in. I swear to God, I was just thinking by the way. I cannot believe. I guarantee there are people here that have no idea what this is.
No.
We stopped in Atlanta and we saw M43. I was like, yeah, they've been selling M43 for years.
Right.
And it's like, oh my gosh, that's made right here, like right behind that door
Right.
where you just ate dinner.
Yeah.
So-
That when we, if you go on overall revenue, right? So this is a picture. What I'm trying to set up for you is the dichotomy of what it is we're talking about, right? So if you go on overall revenue, about 93% of the revenue that Old Nation generates comes from the brewery, right? What we sell outside of this place. And then the remainder comes from the pub. So, if you think about it that way, it's very easy for, break here.
You can keep going.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah.
It's-
And we do these on the street and all over the place. So
Okay.
People walking by.
Oh, awesome.
So
Okay. It's really easy for, when I talk to our bank, when I talk to, prospective banks that we might work with,
Yeah.
when I discuss with my partner, who's an extremely sharp business mind, it's very easy for those folks to come in and say, well, here is a place that, makes money and loses money intermittently, and it's 7% of your overall revenue. Why bother with that?
Yeah.
Right? There's a really particular reason why we bother, right? Because it's our identity, largely, right? It's the way that we can show our identity to the people that come in here. Is it intangible? Not really, right? If you go online, look at reviews, look at what people say about this place, at least 7 out of 10 are people saying, it's really great beer and I really love it, but I went to the restaurant and I had this handmade pasty, or, I talked to the owner, which is Camilla, when they're saying that, and, she told me this story, and man, I just love this brewery, it's my favorite place. And those people will, every time they go out to the store, at least look at and consider buying Old Nation.
Yeah.
You cannot get that from an ad that you run on television.
No, not at all.
They want to try M43 on tap too when they come in.
Yeah.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come in
really?
and get a draft pour right from the tap.
Yeah, it's the same keg, man. We didn't pick a special keg. But come on in, And I think also, you guys came from the opposite direction, but that is, you came from the north.
Yeah.
But most people, quite a few people are coming from 96, which is south of here.
Yeah.
And the way that Google Maps takes you is this road right next to us, Corwin Road. And it runs through this kind of old, dilapidated farm with all these cattle in this
Used to be
completely untended field. Yeah, it used to be a dirt road. Man, that's cool, right?
That's amazing.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
And it's good that people, particularly coming from, the city elsewhere, can see that is who we are.
Yeah, we passed by this farm. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of literally what I wanted in my head, and it's coming true.
Yeah.
It was like a couple, 3-4 miles that way. I'm like, this is making sense.
Yeah. And then, you have this picturesque, bucolic town with its own one-screen movie theater that's $6 a ticket, and, a bucket of popcorn's $5, and everybody knows each other, and everybody knows and respects Camilla and the work that she does for the schools and the community just generally, and the money that the brewery generates to donate to projects that we think are really important is great. But having said that, These mugs behind me, Camilla has made at a glass blower right down the street.
Oh, that's awesome.
Town.
Auctions off to customers, and then the entirety of that money just went this last weekend to build what's called the Gaga ball court at the town park, right?
Oh, wow.
For an Eagle Scout project.
For an Eagle Scout project.
And the Eagle Scout, his brother works here. It's just
Right.
like, it's
So
so
Yeah,
fun.
giving back brings everything together.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and to us, right, the point is making good beer. The point is running a lean business. The point is efficiency. The point is the employees. There are a lot of really important points. But what makes you feel good is that kind of stuff, right? When we drive by, we drive by that park every day. When we see that Gaga ball court and kids playing in it,
That's
we
really
help.
cool.
Yeah.
You guys are on social media. What's the biggest bullshit that you guys see or hear, or bad advice that you guys see or hear?
About business or just generally?
Being business, generally. I don't know if we have time for just general.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Business. Well, whether it is a mom talking about her family or a business owner talking about their business, nobody who you want to listen to puts their, airs their dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that is what is most toxic about social media generally, is this building of the idea that, well, look at this guy. He's in Aruba, right? What is you own a business. What's the first thing you think of when you see a dude who owns a business in Aruba?
It's probably not real.
Right.
Yeah.
Or why the fuck isn't that dude at work?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That must be a fantastic lifestyle.
Scroll through and see the last time he was in everybody.
Because what would you or I or certainly Camilla be doing if we were?
Yeah. Why aren't we doing those videos?
We'd be on our cell phone like, oh God, I should be home, man. What is going on?
Yep.
Right? It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? And the idea that, starting a business, I mean, again, this is a $10 million company in terms of investments, right? In the building, in the equipment, in the people, right? In just general debt. And I think when a lot of people think about that kind of investment, a big warehouse like this that distributes all over the place, what they're thinking is, man, I wish I could do that because I'd be a millionaire, right? My truck is right now in the shop. It has a big dent in the quarter panel, and we're trying to figure out how to pay for 3 kids to go to college, right? Being a millionaire cannot be your goal, right?
No.
Doing good work, making good product, being a good person is your goal. And at the end of that road, you might be a millionaire. But what you see on social media is a bunch of people with rental cars, rental houses, rental friends, rental whatever, talking about, if you just stay on your grind, you're going to get, all the things that you want. Yeah, you can. But if you're that kind of person, the only way you get there is by fucking at least half the people you meet. Right?
Yeah.
And if that's worth money to you, knock yourself out. That's the story that's not told, right? If you're trying to take care of your people, your community, yourself, and your family, you're going to live a relatively humble lifestyle, and you're going to work twice as hard as everybody else. And that is the truth about owning a business. It's not what they teach you in B school, which is horse shit, and it's not what you see. It's not what you see on social media,
Correct.
right? But it is the truth.
Yeah. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
How was it? Easy?
It was
Pretty
easy.
Easy.